IVM.
I have something I want to share with you. I have this genius idea that you're calling these customer care service and the phones and all that rubbish which you ranted about. So everybody's suffering. I'll recount this a bit. I thought my bank was good, thought as in past tense, because Jupiter has just landed on Earth on my phone and changed my entire life. Jupiter is a digital banking app you've been waiting for. Ladies, can you smile when I say Jupiter? Jupiter! Hey, wow. No pesky paperwork, no endless lines. Just create an account in just a couple of taps and you're good to go. Banking at your convenience, not the bank's. That's right. At our convenience, bank in your face, bank. We are more important. Plus, the app offers fantastic rewards. Where the hell has Jupiter been this whole time? Visit the Jupiter.money website to find out more or download the Jupiter app on Android and iOS to get started.
कृपया ध्यान दीजिए, the language used on the podcast may not be fit for consumption. We warn you, tread carefully. But listen yaar, don't be so conservative.
Welcome to Cyrus Says, brought to you by Jupiter, a banking app that helps you master your money. You may notice that I now say this without even a slight hesitation. It's almost like I say my wedding vows every day. My wife insists that we do that so that she's forced to remain married. But let me just tell you about a problem I've been having. This is a serious one. I got an unverified transaction on my credit card. And when I say unverified, let me explain. The reason being that I don't use the credit card. So how did the transaction happen? I carry 8 rupees in my pocket for emergencies and 2 rupees extra coins to make phone calls in my sock. So it doesn't make any sense to me. So I called up the customer care as usual because they are supposed to help you. They say customer care. It's the paradox of customer care. It's customer uncare. That's how I see it. So I called them up and of course they start with the usual instructions. For English, press 1. For Hindi, do dabaiye. Do dabaiye. Just look at the double meaning in that. I mean, I was just already appalled. I was like, what are they talking about? For Marathi and then Telugu and then German and Jordanian. It wouldn't end. 32 presses. I'm thinking I spent the whole morning shoulder pressing. I don't want to press anything anymore. And all they do is give you instructions and more instructions. And when you actually get someone, that person's not available or they put you on hold kijiye, kripaya 2 minutes and whatever, and then they disappear. So I can't take it anymore. I'm frustrated. I'm unhappy. I'm angry. It's worse than my first 3 marriages. I can't do this anymore. There's got to be a way out. He holds for dramatic effect. We'll find out later in the show if there's a way out from this terrible, horrible predicament of for calling people up. Customer, my foot care. Speaking of customer, my foot care, we obviously don't care about you because we have this horrible podcast to show.
We face 100 dilemmas every day while raising our children and nurturing our families. Why not let science help us make informed decisions to solve our dilemmas? Hi, I'm Devi Shobha.
And I'm Meghna. We host Big Talk About Tiny Humans, where we will help you unpack challenges around parenting and your child's development.
And more importantly, we will equip you with research-backed strategies that you can readily act on.
Tune in to our podcast every Wednesday on the IVM Podcasts app, website, or your favorite podcast platforms.
Let's get on with the show. Here it is. We are joined today by experts, the very best of the best, 2 veteran journalists, writers, singers, actors. Kajol, thank you for coming back.
Anytime.
And of course, Sara, you're on a show that's really making headlines. Apparently, right now, people in Germany, France, they're all listening to that podcast and they love it. We'll get into the nitty-gritties. Shameless of you not to come to the studio. We'll find out why. And Silverie is
I apologize.
Cyrus, can I just firstly compliment how cool your t-shirt is looking, man? Like,
hey, wow. You know what? That's the cue for me to do my jump. Check it out.
I love
this show's
the
also for exercising. Do your dips for chest, lean forward and get the pecs involved. For tries, lean back and get the tries involved. All right.
Yes,
and
correct.
Please make sure you're wearing underwear because of the kind of stuff the camera is exposing the world to. But this is an audio
I love the caption. The caption on the t-shirt.
Yes, read it slowly.
I don't do Coke. I do Pepsi.
Wow.
If you guys want to check out some of these t-shirts and buy them for yourselves, please go check out the ivmpodcast.com/shop. Or go to the shop on the website.
What I like about the merch sale here is that in one sweep of great boldness in advertising, we have destroyed one of the largest MNCs the world has ever seen as a potential sponsor. We may not get Pepsi, but we will never get Coke. Yes, thank you for that. Thank you so much. Well done, guys. That's really getting.
You've done Coke, right? Sorry, ads for Coke, right? Ads for Coke. Ads for Coke.
In the words of Premchand, I beg your pardon.
You've done ads for Coke. I know you've done ads for Pepsi.
I've only done ads for Pepsi. There are, you're right,
you're
Shah
banned
Rukh is now doing Thumbs Up, and he was a big Pepsi ambassador. And I think Salman has gone all over the place.
Salman
in
is
all the
Thumbs
different
Up for the
colas.
longest time.
No, he's gone from Thumbs Up. He's now doing Pepsi. Bro,
Huh?
you don't watch. You're
Okay,
not a pop guy.
I'm not aware.
You're in the pop
I'm not
culture.
watching
I
IPL
know
this
my
season,
ads.
so I haven't caught up to the latest ads.
And I moved on to Shunya Cola, which is for diabetic people and people who don't want sugar.
Oh,
Yeah,
have you
that's right.
checked out
They
the
look
new
at me and
Amul
feel
flavor?
bad. Shunya. Sorry?
The new Amul ice cream flavor called Isab Gol.
No, it's not called Isab Gold. It's called Isab
It's
Cool.
the Isab Cool flavor,
Cool.
which is Isab Gol flavor. It's called Isab Cool.
What a great attempt to make
Yeah.
Isab cool, glamorous and friendly. I mean, I salute that. This is one of those bravery expeditions, like trying to find the Arctic.
Yeah.
But can we talk to Sara for a second first, because we've got on the show for the first time. So at least the first 5 minutes, like a new date, you show more respect and all that, then familiarity will breed contempt
Of course.
anyway. And, So Sara, tell us a little bit about yourself. Is it Sara or is it Sarah or is it Sara? Because I've got
Neither.
all three friends.
Sarah.
Oh,
Sarah.
so you pronounce it Sara, right? Silverie, say it.
Yes.
Sara.
Sara.
Like
Correct.
Sara Jana se acha.
Not Sarah and not Sarah, because different cultures have a different variation of that, and I've been schooled in this. Women are very particular, not like us. They can call us anything, Silverie. For example, your name. Sorry.
Yeah, that's true.
So a quick
No,
intro
I've
to the
been
show.
schooled. I've been schooled about my own name by other people, so it doesn't matter at this point.
And if you were my generation, they'd make K Sarah jokes and all. It'd be so weird. Oh God, it's horrible. So let's go back to the show that you guys do, the Press Trust of India PTI show that you do called.
Right, exactly. So
I
it's
began
called
with-
Press
yeah.
Decode, and I think you had Varghese on last week
Yes.
as well. She's one of my
Yeah,
co-hosts.
took us 15 minutes with her name. By the way, Sarah,
yeah,
was much
it's
easier.
just.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's
Sorry,
just
I'm sorry.
three of us. We talk about like the biggest stories of the week. Like the whole point is to talk about it like a bunch of friends.
Kajol, it's a
So
copy of our show.
yeah, that's about it.
It sounds. Only thing is that since Silverie's in charge, I don't know if they're really the biggest topics.
Yeah, that's
sometimes.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
in Cyrus
Yes.
and their show, they're actually friends.
Yeah.
Comedians aren't friends.
Oh.
Oh, I
I mean,
know.
I think of everyone
Loaded,
as friends, yeah.
loaded.
I don't know the problems.
Excellent.
That.
Okay.
Yeah.
So who's the best? Who's the most intelligent and the heart of the three of you? Who's like the soul? Who's the main? Awkward pause and hold for effect
Hey,
again.
you can't have me say this on record.
So it's you then.
So there is an
Obviously,
answer, is what
clearly.
you're saying. There is an answer to that question.
I will get that off our chest so we can move
I
on.
refuse to answer.
All right, no worries.
Okay. Damn it, I'll have to
Put you
watch
on
the
spot
show.
like this.
Looks like I'll have to listen to the podcast just to find out. All right.
Of
What about
course
Kajol?
you
Kajol, I
do.
heard some great things
You
Yeah.
have some great
Things.
things about what?
about Gujarat, and you're going
Some
to
great things you
Gujarat.
got coming
Yeah,
up.
oh my god, yes. I'm going for a tour of Gujarat. I'm going
Wow.
on the
I mean,
20th.
we are going to Spain, huh? Don't feel bad because Gujarat's also good.
That's just mean, Cyrus. When you go to Spain?
Go get your biometrics. Oh, it's only Gujarat. That's right. Sorry. Yeah.
So I'm going on 20th is Ahmedabad, 21st is Baroda.
Oh, you're sounding the Prime Minister.
This is my comedy schedule. I'm doing a comedy show. And
Okay,
the 22nd,
that's another-
22nd
that's
is
another
You know the
parallel.
Prime Minister.
Yeah, exactly. Sorry, Kajol, let's plug this properly. Come on. So
Thank
Gujarat tour starts with Ahmedabad on the 20th.
20th, Vadodara
Then?
on 21st, and
Okay.
Surat on 22nd. And
Okay.
it's called Lol Rakshak Live, and the tickets are on Book My Show. And if you don't find them, please message me directly or call me. I will give you tickets because I'm that desperate to sell them.
And then there's a Parsi discount.
There's a
for
Parsi
Parsis.
discount. Yes.
Yeah.
For all
So
the
if you're
Parsis
a
in
Parsi-
Gujarat.
Yeah.
This-
So we have a couple of Harvespa, for example, is I think he's Ahmedabad. If I'm not mistaken. Maybe if he's on the chat, he'll correct us. He has to
Okay.
go for this show and show support and drag 20 Parsis with him, which
Yes.
will leave us with only like 30, 40 in Bombay. But you do the right thing.
Or Cyrus, you
Yeah.
can also cancel your Spain trip, right? And go to Gujarat instead.
But I'm
and
going
attend
next
Kajol
month
shows.
now. Am I? This is like Dumb and Dumber.
Oh, okay.
I
Right,
cancel the next month trip to attend our
Yeah.
show.
Oh, okay. Come to Singapore, Hong Kong, and Dubai. Bigfoot, you are in all of these places. I don't mind coming. At this point, I conducted a poll on Twitter and I say who wants me to come wherever. And if 5 people say yes, I'm going.
But hello, Bigfoot should put his money where his mouth is, help her find sponsors, and she'll come. You don't have a problem with these countries. You like going,
Yeah,
right?
of course.
I like going.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll go
there you
anywhere.
go. So Bigfoot, the ball is in your court. Now, don't sound that desperate. I'm trying to keep a balance here, Kajol. For God's sake, we have to sell the material. Yeah, cool. Okay, so that's the Ahmedabad tour. Just a quick word about that. So what is it? You want to tell us what the material is? Does it have like a theme or an area that you go to? It's general.
I'm just doing my solo show. It's got a lot of sex
Sounds
and politics.
vulgar.
Yes,
There
it
you
is.
My solo show full of sex. I'm in Bangkok. You're right. You're in the wrong. I don't think Surat will appreciate it as much as Bangkok. We have to move you fast.
No, it's got general stuff. But yes, a little sex, a little politics, and a little about me.
Wow. Okay. All right. So that's that. Silverie, what about giving you some publicity? Are you still living with your parents?
Yeah, they're pretty great actually.
Okay,
Yeah?
great.
They're doing very
I think
well.
that's good. We'll stop
Yes.
there. Now, what do you want to talk about now? You're doing great.
All
You're
right.
doing fine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
cool. Let's go ahead with the topics. I'll tell you what's happening
Let's-
with the topics in my life.
But why is Sara far away?
In this sense,
we asked
Why
her
did
to
she
be
come
in
to the
town.
studio?
She just couldn't. Schedules couldn't match, so she's in Cochin.
Schedule shouldn't. I tell you, if it was an important podcast, she'd have been there. It just makes me feel bad right in the beginning. Her first time on our show and didn't bother to turn up.
No, she's in Cochin. She can't always turn up.
I'm
eh,
in
like,
Cochin.
just
I'm in Bombay.
Yeah.
Well, Kajol's going to Ahmedabad on her own. I mean, this is no excuse. I'm going
I'm
to
not going
Spain.
for a
Why can't she come
podcast.
for
Yeah, she's not
Bombay
doing a
for
podcast. She's doing live shows. Yeah.
How is Kochi at the moment? Now that you mention it.
It has been raining a lot, and there is a
Oh,
red
lovely.
alert. So that's not fun. Oh, it's not fun.
Red alert.
Yeah,
You mean the communists are back? Okay.
they're always here. They've not
Leave
left.
Let's move. Topic number 1, beta. What have we
Alright.
got?
Let's do this.
Wait,
this
before that, one dip. I don't do Coke, I do
Yeah.
Pepsi. We have to sell the
I-
merch, bro.
IVM
Gotta pay for
websites,
Canada.
go to shop. Yes. IVM.
Oh, by the way, IVM is
yeah.
also making cocktails these days. Vinay has made me a special iced coffee.
Yeah, Vinay's never made this for
I
me.
will
I don't
now
even
take
know.
a sip. I will now take a sip to show
No,
you how
that's wrong.
good it
A
is.
cocktail is if Abbas and you have a child. That's like a cocktail.
Oh God!
You've
Oh
got to,
God,
yeah.
Cyrus.
See,
That is
that's not a
actually worse
cocktail.
than this iced coffee.
Okay. It's
Hey, guys,
I
that
haven't
bring
tasted
it up
it. I
before we start
can't.
topic 1. Who's a cold coffee versus hot coffee fan? Because I can't stand hot coffee once I tasted cold coffee. And
I
I know
like
lots of
cold
people
coffee.
are
I like
vice
both.
versa.
Like different parts.
I
I
like
like different
both.
times of the day, different times of the year, you know. I
It's a
like
bit like a dog-cat thing, you prefer the dog to the cat or the cat to the dog. It's like that. I
No.
don't know. I just love cold coffee and I start fights over it. Shobik is saying, which size are you wearing, Cyrus? Large or double large? XL, double XL?
both. Sure, if
What is
Maggi
it?
says I have to order the same. Sure, but
Whatever it is,
you're
in the
that
next
built up.
tomorrow's show, Abbas will be sitting next to me, so you can't make fun of me anymore.
All right, let's
Einstein's
get to it.
theory of relativity, boys
Yes.
and girls. Are we going to start topic number 1
Yes,
or not?
please, let's go now. So this first
Sarah,
topic,
you know that you can. Our show is so bad that you have to just talk whenever you want
let's
to.
talk.
I don't wait
Let's
to
speak
pick it
over
up.
people. It's all good.
Yeah, that. Why now you picked it up? Yeah, okay.
All right, so this is out from Florida in the United States. Basically, there was a plane, a 12-seater small Cessna plane, one of those propeller ones, flying from the Bahamas to Florida, which is like a 1-hour journey. Okay, like a 1-hour flight. Up in the air, about to enter the Florida airspace.
It's not a sad story,
the
na, bro?
pilot. No. It's a very cool story. No, not sad at all. Don't worry. The pilot passes out. Okay, and he tells the passengers before passing out, okay, hey guys, I'm not feeling well. Okay, and he just passes out.
He must have failed the
Now there
alcohol
are-
test in Bombay
Yeah, correct. Yes.
last
The
week.
DGC guy,
Sorry,
yeah.
go on.
The DCA. So the pilot passes out. There are 2 passengers only in a 12-seater flight. Okay, so 2 passengers and the pilot. The passengers like start freaking out, right? So now what to do? One of the passengers goes immediately to where the pilot is sitting, takes his seat, handles the what do you call, the steering wheel or the controls?
No, you take your
I don't
time. You take your time.
Yeah,
This will be hard to go beyond that.
And
The
he
steering
calls up.
wheel, the car he's driving in the sky.
Yeah, correct.
Go on.
He calls up the air traffic control, saying, "Hey guys, our pilot is incoherent. I don't know how to fly a plane or land a plane. What do we do?" And the air traffic control.
Why can't you
helps
wake
him
up the pilot?
Because he's unwell. He just passed out. It's a medical issue or something. That's multiple articles that they just keep saying
this a Rohit Shetty
unconscious due
film?
to medical issue. I don't know. It could be Dhamal. कि वो लाल button मत दबाना. Oh.
He's just refusing to
yeah.
respond. Yeah.
So
I
anyway,
mean, there are things you can do to a man.
the bottom line
in
is
his private
they
areas to
do.
get a response.
The bottom line is they do manage to land the plane very safely. If you see video footage, he is landing it. It seems like this is a regular pilot landing the plane, and they landed
There's
perfectly
software
with the
that
help
they
of
have
the.
to.
No. This is like one of the small Cessna planes. So this guy had to do it manually. A lot of it manually.
And lucky Silverie wasn't the one doing it, right? Because
I
but
won't-
where is the steering wheel?
But
Yeah,
Chinmaya-
steering wheel किधर है? ये turn
Chinmaya
नहीं हो
has already
रही.
come out with- Chinmay sent a message saying Silverie was driving it like a jeep with Punjabi music in the background. Oh God!
But isn't it fascinating? Like we see movies like this, right? Like I think Snakes on a Plane as the scene where some dude, because he learnt like flying a plane in GTA or something in a video game, right?
But
Was able to land that plane.
No, but A, that's art and this is reality. And
Yeah,
second
that's
thing
what this is crazy. This is
so
a regular passenger with no prior flying experience was able to do this. Is
see, someone like Amit Doshi, who's a tech guy and quite sharp with these kind of things, I would be okay. But with someone like me, I'd be like, which button, how much to press, where to pull it. You know, I don't think it would work. So it's all, the guy must have had some sort of tech savviness.
Yeah, but it's not just that, right? Pressure. It's literally someone else's life is in your hand. Two other lives are in your hand. And if you crash somewhere, most people. Then three lives in your hand because there are two.
I would only go with being an Indian. I would say firstly my life, and then maybe depending on what race. I mean, how we are divided and caste and class and all that. Sara, you're not saying anything. You're just smiling. You're just happy it had a happy ending. No pun intended.
No, I remember seeing the video before I read the article, and I did not even believe that the story was real because it doesn't seem like the person doesn't know how to fly.
Absolutely correct.
Most planes more or less fly themselves, right?
But not landing in. That's why I spoke to a senior pilot on his 6th drink, and he was telling me that we have to basically take off and landing is us. The rest basically is auto. Literally, the word autopilot. The software takes over, including the turbulence and everything else. They watch a lot of movies and all. Many pilots are film critics. They spend that time watching the movie, then updating their YouTube videos on it, etc. But no, the landing and all is the key. Yeah. Remember what happened with those guys who learned flying and then did bad things in America. Yeah. They only learn because that's the key thing.
Also makes you think how good the air traffic control person must have been to be able to explain to someone over the call how to land it. Like I can't even imagine.
The pressure is on that person. You're right, because later on, if that went bad, they would be like, "You didn't explain it properly."
Yeah, you didn't explain it properly.
You lost your patience.
Yeah,
like, I don't know about you guys, but I'm a very bad teacher for people driving cars. I'm just very edgy and I'm not calm. So I think you need someone who doesn't react because, if you're looking the person's face and they're reacting. It's like if the air hostess reacts to turbulence, you really get worried. If she does a little thing like that or whatever. So I just think, that's important. Sara, have you ever landed a plane?
No. And I've been awful at driving cars as well. Like I was just thinking about how horrible I'd be the first time I was learning how to drive. It was those driving school cars. So, both sides, they have controls.
Double brake. Yeah.
And so this is Delhi signal. And I'm supposed to brake.
Delhi one brake won't work.
You press the accelerator.
Yeah. I pressed the accelerator.
Oh God.
And then I yelled and took my legs off it. So I still did not stop the damn car.
I've seen that. Like I have a couple of friends who panic in the car, right? If they do one thing wrong, then that'll be like a domino effect to do 10 other things wrong, right? Because you panic oh my God, and he's just steering wheel, you leave the steering wheel oh, what do I do? And I've seen things happen like that. Yeah.
Ms. Srinivasan, what
I never drove after that.
I have always wondered how Indians are allowed on the road because when I went for my driving school...
Whenever you say Indians, you have me. I'm interested now. Blame the whole lot. Yes.
No, but when I went to driving school, all they teach you is how to start the car. And then they take you for your driving test, after you've mastered how to start the car. And they fill us for 6 people in a car, they jam pack us in, and then the instructor gets in, and he's like, okay, you start the car. So one person starts the car, drives exactly 2 seconds, stops. Okay, you passed. Next person gets in.
That's it. That's exactly what mine was also. Yeah. I had to literally just go in one straight line, reach second gear, and that was it. No U-turn, nothing required.
How can you allow such people on the road?
It was a different generation. In the 90s, they were much
now
more
stricter,
cool.
I've heard.
No, they were very cool.
Yeah,
in fact, I remember I asked him to hold my whiskey while I was reversing. He asked me to reverse. And so, he held the glass also while I was reversing. Because once you pay for in the old days, you pay for this driving thing, the license came with it. It was like a done deal.
It is a done deal anyway now. Yeah. Even now, you just attend the class. But how do you drive after that? I mean, I had to take a refresher course. There was an instructor I hired who used to come and sit with me while I drove.
But didn't you practice with some friends or something? I mean, after that, in a real car situation without the second brake?
Yeah.
That's what people do, Kajol.
No. I just shut up. I went and bought my car after that, and I dinged it on the way home.
On the way home when you bought it? Yes. What? The first day you bought it?
Yes. On the first day I bought it. Yes.
You weren't confident to drive. This is like my Suhagrat. You don't do things until you're confident. 1 minute. This is not a true story. You bought
This
the
is a
car
real
without
story.
knowing how to drive properly, and you
No,
drove
no,
yourself
I
back
thought
home.
I knew how to drive, okay? But then there was another car which reversed in front of
Thought.
me and I got scared. Okay, so I dinged my car on the way back
God.
home.
Were you alone?
No, my mother was with me.
Oh,
Could she
man.
drive?
No.
There was no option. Oh, this is like
terrible.
Kunal and me
Oh,
with a
man.
book. Neither can really read. It doesn't
So
really
then
help.
did you go
Yeah.
immediately back to the showroom, ke guys? ये नया piece दो मेरे को. I got it like
Right.
this.
Because there's a 6-month guarantee or something, right? Generally,
No, yeah. And
which they.
guarantee meaning then they'll lop it all off. They'll give you a
Insurance.
fancy bill, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's better to just live with it. I didn't ding it badly.
But they
I'm
say
not
it's
that
very
bad.
lucky when you buy a new car to get your first bang or scratch or whatever, get it out of the way. Because that's it. Once you have to get that, it has to happen.
Yeah.
It's a luck factor thingy. So don't worry. The test
It
in
was
the room
very
is a fast
embarrassing.
through. They point the correct answer with one of them laser pointers, says Hemisha. Yeah.
Alright.
So we didn't have that. We had an oral test thingy. Where they would just ask us, and so he's right hand signal he
What?
asked, and left hand. We had oral, just it was 1990 or 91. So right hand signal, left hand signal. Then he said reverse ka signal dikhao mujhko, and I said reverse ka signal. So being the creative genius I am, I did like this, some bowling right arm. So he started laughing. He said, "Kuch
It's
signal hai
right.
nahi."
It's
But
right.
that was a trick question.
Yeah, correct.
But yeah,
Yeah.
but we passed anyway.
But normally
And
you
now
would give the
Abbas-
right ka signal, no? If you're U-turning, you would have to give the right ka signal.
Look at Abbas's cheek. I want Abbas suspended
Yeah.
from IVM. He's saying two-wheeler tests are tougher than four-wheelers. The
Yeah,
bloody
what is rubbish?
fuckheads who are on two-wheelers. Excuse me, those idiots who are going up one ways and driving on pavements. Those monkeys with 7 people, one on top of each other. What are you talking about? How can they be given licenses? Really, I mean, Abbas. Is Abbas trying to buy a
Yeah.
bike? Is that the story?
Abbas, I don't have. No, he's shaking his head. No, that's not
Oh
what he
my
wants.
God.
Yeah,
Oof.
I like that Abbas is in the room and commenting also on YouTube while he's in the room. with us.
He's a podcaster. He's with us,
Yeah,
but he's not with us. He's like, please
Yes,
give me one
correct.
chance. I think you
Alright,
should bring him
let's-
into the show at some point. There's no
Yeah,
point his
cool.
ghost being with
Sure.
us.
Why not?
Yeah.
Why not?
Okay.
Next
What
one,
a
the
lovely
next topic.
that was. He landed the plane. That's a feel-good story. You have any more
Absolutely,
feel-good? I want to live in a pretend world.
I do.
now.
I have
want to be
like
one
a
of the
feel.
Mulva Hill housewives who just don't know what's going on. About riots here or death there or even the pandemic. Nobody told them.
Yeah.
They're like,
I have
"Mere
a-
bahar mat
I have
jana,
a-
mausam kharab
I
hai."
have a
That's
funny
it.
story, but it's a feel
Oh.
frustrated
I
story.
thought he
though.
went about
Slightly.
classes and all that, but no, he doesn't
Yeah.
want to go there. Let's go
It's
back to his
a-
story. Then
yeah,
Rajdeep
so-
on me again. I have my script. I will continue with my script. You can go to hell. No
Alright.
organic conversation allowed. I'll talk to
So-
Sara and Kajol because I
Okay,
get along
done.
better with girls. Ladies, I feel more comfortable with women. I feel I should become a woman. Who are those two directors?
Dude.
Women? Both of them, the brothers, the famous ones. Look it up, look it up.
Wachowskis.
Must
The
look it
Matrix.
up. Yeah, yeah,
The
Wachowskis.
Matrix wise.
The Wachowskis.
yeah. I think it would be great if we can all try the other gender for a little while, but seriously try. You got to experience it. The empathy level will just change completely.
That's true.
Of course, some women won't come back. They'll be like, "I'll be a man now. This is a lot easier."
Yeah, sure.
Sorry, Silverie, you were saying.
So this story is out from Uttarakhand, where an elderly
By the
couple.
way, rider. Quick word. Silverie he's also doing a geography show
Yeah.
rather.
Yes, today we
where
had
every-
Florida and Uttarakhand.
No,
Yes.
we had Madhya Pradesh all week last week.
We did.
Okay, so
we had like 5 stories from
wonderful.
Madhya Pradesh.
The wonderful state of Uttarakhand. Please go on.
Yeah. Okay. So Uttarakhand, basically, where an elderly couple have filed a lawsuit against their son and daughter-in-law
God.
because the son and daughter-in-law have not produced a grandson or grandchild for them yet. So they are saying that the lawsuit is for either give us a grandchild within a year or
And
give
stop
us 5 crore
masturbating.
rupees.
Yeah.
Yeah, or give us 5 crore rupees and stop masturbating. That third one is
Yeah.
not in there.
Wow.
So basically what happens is the father is the elderly couple father. He's a retired man, and he basically has said in the suit filing, he has said, "K, I'm asking for 5 crores because that's the amount I have like more or less spent on my son's education and upbringing and sending him abroad and getting him trained as a pilot." And like supporting him till he didn't have a job and etc. We also bought him a car on his wedding, had a wedding at a 5-star hotel. So all of that is included in 5 crores. He's saying all of this will be will be waived off if you give us a grandchild, but they still will have monetary.
But look at the
problems. I don't
positivity here.
understand.
At least he's not saying grandson. It's grandchild. We've come
It
a
is
long way
grandchild,
already.
yes.
I'm happy to hear this story, and I'm happy I hope he jails his son and daughter-in-law for their
What?
evil practice of not producing children.
What?
What do you get married and what are you supposed to do then? Handshakes?
Oh, like that.
I mean, come
You're
on.
joking,
10
obviously.
kids per
It's their
family,
choice.
Silverie. 10 kids per
Yes.
family, others China wins, all right? This is your last chance, guys.
Yes.
Kajol,
Ah.
Sara, do the right thing. Produce
No.
lots. How many you going to have? Sara, how many kids are you going to have?
0.
Why?
Why not?
Have you seen kids?
She's, not- she's going into a serious rant now. One sec. Go on. Why zero?
I just said, have you?
Huh?
I just said, have you seen kids? They could be a
Yeah.
pain in the ass.
I totally agree. They're terrible.
For sure.
But I'm just thinking that there's something called the maternal instinct window thingy, which is proven to be somewhat true by a lot of data. And a lot of women, there's no exact age for it, but there's a point where it's a serious call. And you can cause sort of depression and stuff when it's not answered, etc. So you can look at it from that perspective as well, purely as a
I'm
primate moving
22.
the
I
world.
think I have time to go, even if there is
6
an
months.
actual window.
Sarah, 6 months.
6 months.
Hmm.
6 months.
No.
Now, Kajol,
Correct.
I failed
I
you
have
with
my-
that stupid suitor who I've sacked him. He's never to appear on the show again, and you will do much
talking.
better.
Yes.
But we'll find you
To
the
find
right
out who
man.
the
I mean,
suitor was, go listen to the previous episode that Kajol was on.
Yeah,
Last
Cyrus's flop.
Kajol,
Cupid.
No.
Yeah.
but okay, to be honest, you don't want to have kids, really?
No,
I think Sarah's just a bit young. She's saying she's 22, so I think we should just wait before she answers this correctly. What about you? Not to say you're older. You
I've got-
look 22.
No, shut up. I've got
Oh.
my mother who is a Parkinson's
A child.
patient. Yeah, so
Oh,
she's basically yes, a child.
Somebody gone wrong.
Yes,
Yes,
completely
yes.
gone very wrong.
Example 70,408. Cyrus Butcher's dwindling career. Oh, go on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's just that having someone to look after is not something I'm missing.
Yeah, that's a great point, because
Yeah.
I also have an ailing father, and I'm thinking it is literally that as you like it quotation of 7 stages of man, and you go back to
Yes.
your childhood, the regression. You see that with parents. So I accept that. But if you meet the right man at a different point of in your life, say a few years ahead, would
No.
you
Yeah.
want to have children with him? Would that be a thing, or is that
No. That is the thing. I've always had so much responsibility ever since I was a kid. I'm kind of done. I have a lot of.
you want to give the second innings to yourself? Is what you're saying?
Exactly.
You spend too much time with others already, while
Exactly.
normally it's the other way around. If I read you correctly.
Yes. My
Okay, fair
parents
enough.
didn't spend a lot on me and my education and all of that.
So
Which
no
like
question
a
of
story.
suing you.
Not 5 crores.
This is
Nobody spent 5
Srinivasan's
crores.
No one
I'm
spent 5
suing
crores on
Kajol.
me.
Oh, shit.
Sorry, sweetie, we didn't spend enough. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, I'll find you someone from Spain. Yeah, but I don't know. I think these are really stupid questions to ask, because there's a window and time in your life where these things occur. Silverie wants to have a child, but the last girl, it didn't work out, and the
I
other
think I
girl-
have a child. I'm just not being told about it
every bearded baby
because
can't be
nobody
yours,
wants
Baba.
me in
That's
any
just
child's
genetics.
life.
Oh.
So that's the problem.
Somewhere in the streets of Powai, there's a guy who's trying to fly a plane like driving a car. There's a small kid, Hey, mama, high jazz chalati hu main jo. Dekh. All right.
The next one.
What we do now? Yeah.
The latest
While you
trend.
recover from your- let's call
There's some,
it.
okay, so some great fruit trends have come about. One we already talked
Fruit?
about. Sorry, food trends. Did I say fruit? Food trends.
Oh.
The first one we already talked about is the Amul Isap Cool ice cream.
Did we talk about that offline?
No, we
Oh,
did
we
not.
talked about that online.
Maybe you
Check
ate
the
it.
podcast to find out the truth.
Maybe you ate it, Cyrus. No, we talked about it online. So that is the first thing, and the second thing that has taken the internet by storm and gotten a lot of trolling and hate because of it is something called Mango Maggi. Okay, and Mango Maggi
Yeah.
made in slice.
I can't
So,
bear
yes.
Maggie.
Exactly.
I can't
I
bear
can't bear. I don't like Maggi. And why are they spoiling mangoes, man? It's a
My
waste of
daughter
mangoes.
loves Maggie. She
But
will have
wait,
Maggie
Sara
every
and
day.
Kajol, what are your opinions on Maggi? Just Maggi? What do you guys think of Maggi?
Maggie's nice.
Yeah?
It's
Swear by it.
Okay,
it's
that's what
not
a lot of
great
people do.
taste.
A lot of people do. Like my brother's staple breakfast is Maggi still, and he's like 32, 33 years old. Like at least thrice a week he has. it. But sorry, you were saying.
Yeah, I swear by it.
Now, I'm not like crazy over the taste. It's just comforting. It's nice.
Sure.
I don't know. I can't stand
I
it, but
agree,
my
Cyrus.
kids love it. And
Yeah.
that makes me feel even worse. It's like they're not my kids. Because when you hate something, the kid should have that hate. It's a DNA thing. Like I hate upma, I hate poha. And if they eat that, I told them they're out of the will. But now this Maggie thing, it's like this is the third one. The third strike in baseball is that's it. You're out. You're out. You're finished. You're not allowed in the house. They're not there, so I can say what I want. God. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, why are we discussing? Yeah, mango.
This Maggi,
But
mango Maggi.
How you? I don't know.
So basically,
Maggie's more like
what
a
it
namkeen
is
thing. It's got masala and all that, lighty
Yeah.
masala, etc. I don't know if that ever goes with mango. I don't know why they do that.
Correct.
Sometimes I'm all for secularism and
So
mixing
what-
up the melting pot and races and all that, but sometimes foods don't work together.
No, but there is a sweet mango curry.
Different.
Yeah.
In flavor. Yeah, okay,
Mango is
okay.
sweet.
I'll sound like a hypocrite, but
Mango is sweet, I know,
Yeah.
Silverie, but people do make a curry out of it.
her point is well made
Like, it's
because a
not
lot of
the
our Indian cultures use that in their cooking. So
Yeah.
it's a great point. But for some reason, I don't think of it that way. So that's I don't know if it's. I hate poha. Dhawal, I hate.
I also hate
sorry.
poha. Hey, wow,
I hate
great.
it.
Really?
I don't
I
like
hate it
upma,
personally.
but I hate poha. You know.
No, but Sara, hear my
That's the thing.
story, na? Because they forced it also on us. At 7 in the morning, early morning shoot, they have these 2-3 things only in cheap places and cheap studios, and the smell in these small places was horrible. Yeah, we would just suffocate.
But you guys
And
stay
there's
in
always a glamorous female
Bombay.
VJ who, huh?
In
What?
Bombay, they get the
Yeah.
poha right. Like elsewhere in
Well,
the
if the
country, they screw it up.
British was still here, we'd be
I don't
having
think the
ham and
poha
eggs,
itself
but,
is right
they left.
as a
Now
dish.
this is there, and okay,
Okay,
that's what you
I
like.
should just tell y'all that my mother's breakfast these days is poha and mishti doi mixed.
Why do you hate your mother so much? Like,
Mixed?
just
No,
change it,
she wants to eat it.
Oh, she wants to eat.
Why
Poha
would you
and
spoil
mishti doi.
Mishti Doi, one of the God's greatest gifts to food?
Yeah,
I
Mishti was
don't
great.
know.
I mean, I would die for a Mishti Doi. I mean, I would give up the diabetic issue. I mean, how can you compare?
Wow.
That doesn't make
Somebody
sense.
says Chinmay, who's it? Chinmay Mishra says Matre is another comic, sorry. Chinmay Mishra says, I love poha jalebi.
Yeah. No, there's
Why?
no way.
There's no
This
way.
is like when they
Come
came
on,
out
man.
with
Who's
Chinese
even giving
bale.
you
Are
poha?
you all familiar with the Chinese bale concept?
Yeah,
The
of
bale
course.
puri.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
And then I couldn't believe that concept, and I thought because I love Chinese food and all that. But then it actually tasted quite okay when I finally had the guts to taste it.
Have you
So,
tried spring
I'm-
dosa?
Spring roll in the dosa.
So basically, yeah, it's a spring roll in the dosa, and they put noodles
No.
and all also in it,
But
and
I
they
put
make it with
non-veg
dosa.
food in the dosa. Huh? Go on.
Non-veg food in
That's
dosa is
normal.
awesome.
Yeah, and that works very well with the right spicing and currying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Say, Kajol, finish your
So
point. huh?
I'm Mallu.
Yeah.
Go on.
Sara,
Go on.
please go ahead.
Don't bring regionalism into our show. Our show is a very secular show. Right?
One second. Hear me out.
I'll do a dip.
I'm from Kerala. Okay. I'm from Kerala, and so I was all like, oh, my dosas have to be a certain way, etc., etc. And I recently went up north to visit a couple of friends, and I was given this
Up
cheese
north as in
dosa
Trivandrum?
which had Jaipur, and
Oh, okay.
I grew up in Delhi. Just to
Oh
put
my
it
God,
out
you're
there.
like Vasan Walson. You're a Hindi speaking Mallu. That's so much fun. Oh, he sounds like a Delhiite. He looks Mallu. That's great fun. Okay, go on. Sorry.
Anyway, so for the first time, I actually had that dosa that has like a pav bhaji inside and cheese and whatnot. And I thought it would be disgusting, but it was surprisingly nice. Like the whole
That's
Chinese
Mysore
bill.
masala, ne?
No. Mysore masala is just masala. She's talking about all kinds of stuff. Puri
But
bhaji.
Mysore masala, pav bhaji,
Pav
and Mysore
bhaji.
masala,
No,
not the same.
What?
Somewhat the same.
Srinivasan.
Same as
You
it's
should-
somewhat the same. No.
No, Baba. That's a very distinct taste of Mysore masala. How can you make even? Oh God, I have to. I can't be on this podcast. This is naive talk. Naive talk, I say. No, but
Alright.
again, the point is good. I think, which is basically we don't try it, and it's the way it is. Even with this mango Maggi thingy, it sounds horrendous to mix the two, but maybe it will work, like the Chinese bale or the pav bhaji dosa or various other things, or my children who are mixed with 4 communities, and God help them. They're the only people in India who say they're Indian because they have no choice. You can't really describe who you are when you're mixed up so much.
Alright.
Jain pav bhaji has bananas instead of potato.
But
Is
raw
that true?
bananas, no. Not,
Fried banana. I think fried
Yeah.
banana.
but raw
it true?
fried banana, not fried
Call the
ones.
2 Jain boys who work in the studio quickly. Have you guys tried
Ajay,
Mohammed ka
nobody's
sharbat?
Jain here.
What? What
Okay,
is Mohammed
guys,
ka
can you-
sharbat?
Sorry,
For how awful it sounds, it's okay.
Yeah,
No,
it does
one
sound
second.
awful.
They can't just send us a line like that and leave us hanging. Now we're all
No,
intrigued.
sure.
And we can't go on with the
Yeah.
show. To
I
know
don't
more
know, I
about
got you.
Mohammed ka sharbat.
Mohammed
I
ka
got
sharbat.
you. So this for Old Delhi thing. So if you've ever had like the food in Old Delhi, it's just ruafza, watermelon in like milkshake.
Sounds nice.
Yeah, sounds great.
It's
It's
I like
actually
Raza
very
watermelon
nice,
milkshake.
but
Yeah. And
Me
thick and heavy
as a-
also, right?
sure.
Yeah.
Cyrus.
Me as a
Yeah, like a good
12-year-old.
milkshake has to be.
Rajal, take your mind out of the gutter. Okay,
Yeah.
you're not going to have kids if you behave like this. Sorry. Sara, finish.
Yeah, so I was trying to get this out, and like it was in the middle of the night, and I was trying to ask people where you get this particular famous store, and I was asking somebody, and I just happened to say it's also called Pyar Mohabbat, like just the sharbat is called Pyar Mohabbat, and I was like, "Bhai, Pyar
Biryani,
Mohabbat kahan
biryani,
milta hai?"
you Punjabis. Oh, God, it's the same name you repeat. Pyar Mohabbat. You can come with a third name.
Yeah.
Exactly, but me like an idiot went around asking people, "Pyar Mohabbat kahan milta hai?"
Oh.
And I
give
heard
us
it
some
the
winks.
second time.
Yeah.
Wink,
No,
wink.
and I was like,
That's so.
aren't you too young to be doing this, child? And I was like, I
He
love
must have been
myself.
stunned. He was the first woman to flirt with the Faluda wala in his 37-year career. Standing there, first woman. Yeah, that's fabulous.
Yeah, it was
Alright.
very
Hey, you should do this in your
unintentional.
stand-up. One of you. Ask Sara for the copyright and take it in. Sounds.
Yes,
I think this
correct.
will work. This will work in
Alright.
Gujarat, by the way. Kajol, take it now. This gag. This gag is great. And you can
Right.
say my friend Sara and then just recount the story. That way, no plagiarism. Also, don't worry about it.
All right, Cyrus, let's go for the break,
But bloody bully.
please.
Me and the chicks are having good time. And you're gonna come in the way, huh? Feeling jealous? Feeling left out, young man?
I can't make
Yeah,
anyone
learn
happy,
from the
man.
master. El Senor knows what to do.
Yeah, yeah.
Because I wear a t-shirt.
Correct.
I'm a 50-year-old man wearing a t-shirt
Yeah,
saying
yeah.
I don't do coke, I do Pepsi.
I do Pepsi.
My 15-year-old daughter is so appalled. She's beyond disgust and contempt. I don't know what words to use. I can't find the right word. It's such a lack of respect. I'm such a fallen person when I pass by and I'm wearing this and going for my podcast and just look. It's horrible. So don't have kids. They're bad. They're bad, these kids. Are we going to break? Sorry, what are we doing?
Yeah, please, let's
Oh.
go for a break. There's something on your right,
before
Cyrus.
we-
Yes.
Yeah, but before that, there's a cleaner that's come up. And if I don't remove the cleaner, I'll be reading instructions on how to clean the... Now, as my dogs go for a walk, behind me in the frame, you'll see a Saluki and a young 15-year-old girl who's so disgusted to be on this program that she slid like a snake from behind me. Go into a quick Jupiter money break and then come back with the other disgusted panelists who don't know why they're here. Yeah, here it is. Jupiter money break. Ting, ting, ting.
Hello, everybody. It's been another great week on the IVM Podcast Network. On Cyrus Says His Cock and Bull, Cyrus, Naveen, Varghese, and Antariksh talk about the American mother who was arrested because her kid took marijuana-laced gummies to school. Varghese is a co-host for our show Press Decode, so if you haven't been checking that out, check her out on that show as well as this one. The Simplified Gang explore Mumbai through Naren's stories and observations. On All Things Policies, the Takshashila folk discuss the U.S. Supreme Court's potential decision to overturn Roe v. Wade. On the Life Manifesto, Zarina introduces us to Don Miguel Ruiz's 4 Agreements of Life. And on Hansivani, hear the story Nai Idga. It explores the role of media amidst a state of religious animosity in our country. Do follow us on social media. We're IVM Podcast on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. On LinkedIn, we've been doing a series of profiles of people within the office, so do check that out for sure. And remember, if you're enjoying this show or any of our other shows for that matter, please do tell a friend. Also, don't forget to rate us on any platforms you're listening on. And you can also check us out on YouTube. We have a page on our website, ivmpodcast.com/YouTube, with a list of all our channels. We're also doing a small listener survey to better understand how you, the listener, responds to the advertising on our network. And also, we just want to know a little bit more about you. We would really appreciate it if you could spare a few minutes to fill it out. It will really help us build some better shows for you. And finally, we'd like to thank our sponsors on the network this week, SBI Life Insurance and Jupiter, a digital banking app.
And now for the Jupiter dance. Jupiter, Jupiter.
Are we also-
I know we can.
Yeah.
You don't have to.
I didn't get the memo.
Just didn't get the memo. Damn it! I think Kerala is always holding its own. They don't want to be part of the riffraff. He's decided I will not be part of this monkey circus.
All right. Next
Silverie, do
topic.
you have any interesting topics? Because I wanted
yes.
to pee. Oh,
Yes,
okay.
they're all interesting, yeah. But
I'll just
you
pee
can
here.
you can
Give me
pee
a second,
yeah,
guys.
Exactly. Cool.
Yeah.
All right. So
It's done. But it's
Oh,
starting.
nice.
At my age, it goes in phases. So I've started. I'll tell you when it's complete. Yeah. I mean, I won't know. I'll get a reminder. Go on, Silverie.
all right. The next one is
It's not even a joke. This is true. If you know any aging males, it's not funny. How a simple thing like peeing.
Yeah.
I mean, you think you're done because you're thinking of something else. In the old days, it was just something you did. And now suddenly you're not done. And it's all over your leg because you were still peeing, but your mind thought you were done. It's not funny. It's mean. It's God playing jokes on us. Men, you want to be a male? Don't be a male. Females always know when they're done, no matter what age. It's the technique. Silverie's looking up. He's
No, I'm just
making
thinking
eyes.
maybe you can also just start sitting and peeing. That could be.
Bro, it's so embarrassing in public urinals like airports and stuff, or even in CNBC or studios, regular places where they know you.
Oh, and then your
Because
shoes
when you
are
start
wet.
talking, Silverie, like Gopal, me and this other guy, we was pee together. You go to pee together. Men do that all the time. Okay, hey, chalo,
No.
ek marega kind of thing, and we go to pee. And then you're the only
Do
guy
we?
who's still there, and they're washing their hands. It's like it becomes like a little embarrassing after some time, and then it literally left. Whatever.
Okay.
Too much information, says Shobik.
Yes,
Thank you,
yes.
Shobik. By the
Let's-
way, to raise
let's-
money on this show, Sara, tell me if it's a good idea. We are suggesting that you send us your name, we say it out loud, and we will charge you 501 rupees. GST exempt. So
Sure.
what do you
If
think?
it
Sure.
Good
works,
idea?
Now
we'll do it
owes
on
us
Press
money. Yeah.
Decode.
Please, yeah. What rates will you charge? Charge more because yours is slightly better show. I think for getting
Okay.
on that, Shavik should get, pay a little bit more for that. Okay. Sorry,
Alright.
Silverie, back to you.
Yes, please. The next one is the Indian badminton team has created history
Thomas Cup.
by beating Thailand 3-0
Not
to
Thailand.
win
Indonesia.
the maiden.
Indonesia.
Sorry, Indonesia.
Indonesia.
Just your lack of interest in sports is worse than your lack
Sorry,
of
sorry.
interest in aeroplanes.
It's hilarious
Yeah.
because I'm
Just the
reading it
greatest
also and I
victory in
read
Indian
Thailand.
badminton.
I'm
What did
reading
you
it
say?
as I
Thomas
say.
He's
Cup.
really bad.
Yeah. India beat Indonesia to be 3-0 to win the first ever Thomas Cup title for India. And
I was so excited because it happened on Sunday in the middle of the day, afternoon. And I told my wife, I said, we won the Thomas Cup. And I'll never forget her reaction. What's that? So, it's so, you got to find the right people to appreciate these kind of things, I mean, with due respect. And then, of course, she gave me a lecture about art. So, what do you know about art? It became competitive. How do you not know what the Thomas Cup is? I mean, just basic idea of sports, basic. She said, do you know who something Cooper is? Some artist who sold something. I was like, who the hell is something
Bradley Cooper, the actor, I know.
No, Bradley Cooper is an actor artist. This is
Yeah.
like a painter artist.
Anderson
You know, people you
Cooper
call to
also
do-
I know. That is the newscaster.
Okay, this is the descending into that.
Betty Cooper
name
is
calling now.
Archie's girlfriend.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jimmy Cooper was in class with me. He's a Parsi boy. I don't know what he's
Oh,
doing. I
wow.
hope you're doing well, Jimmy.
Hey, nice.
Whatever.
Hey, Jimmy. Shout out to Jimmy Cooper.
Gary Cooper, one of the finest actors Hollywood has produced.
Cooper makes fudge also in Lonavala. Cooper's fudge.
Yes,
Oh, wow.
very
Cooper
good. You're going
Hospital.
to get your Parsis. That's a Parsi company.
Cooper
They're
Hospital is a
coming and
hospital
they
in
live
Bombay.
They're coming
Right?
to watch your show on 20th May in Ahmedabad.
Yes.
Ah.
Yes, correct.
On your way to Vadodara and Surat.
Surat.
Dates I forgot.
All right. So Thomas Cup, yes, we won.
Yes.
So that's all you have to say. First, you beat Thailand.
I don't keep up with sports all that much. And I mean, I knew it was a big deal and everything, but even for like the both of you who don't keep up with sports, watching those videos was such a delight. They were
Did you see
so
the final
cute.
moment when Kidambi Srikanth wins? And I mean, God.
Yeah, they're like waiting and then they pound. It's so wholesome. It's so wholesome. Like that's what I got out of a sports story. Like,
But I
yeah,
think
the Thomas Cup
2018,
is great.
2017, Kidambi was world number one for a little while. And then I think injuries and little loss of form and all that. So the women, here's one place, women in badminton get far more glamour and notice than men in the last decade. There's no doubt about that, okay? Especially those two big names, and then there are a few others around them as well. But the males, we've had about 4 or 5 of them are in the top 10, in and out, winning some of the Grand Prix titles right there or thereabouts. And I think this is just waiting to happen. And I think now there'll be some parity. And this other guy, Lakshya Sen, Lakshya Sen, he's the new sensation. And maybe, who knows, we might have a world number 1, world number 2, world number 3.
The sports ministry has announced that the entire team will get 1 crores cash reward.
No, that announcements they do ever since we won the World Cup in '83.
Yeah,
They've
yeah,
still
yeah,
not
I
sent
get
the
it.
money. So those announcements come.
Oh, really?
And then,
they never send the money? I always assume that they have to now that they made the
Maleshwari, when she won the bronze, and she's a daughter of Hyderabad in weightlifting, it took years. They announce everybody, the political bandwagon, they jump on this. They're
That's
always
true.
there.
Always,
India
yes.
Zindabad, all that. And they announce
say,
everything
yes,
and then they go.
turning point for sports and all that, they start saying. But those sports still... Yeah.
See, in the non-cricket sports, after some time, your faded glory sort of thing, and you're standing in a government office with a clerk saying, Maleshwari gone, Kai Paije, that kind of thing, I mean, it's quite sad.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Great.
Anyway, why are we making a negative out of a positive? I mean, this is
Yeah.
great. Absolutely great. So, one shout out to all the baddie lovers of India and the people who watch and support the game and all these generations. Going back to the famous Nandu Natikar and before that as well, all the way down. We've had some stellar names. Prakash, Pulela, Syed Modi, and today the champions of the day, like Kidambi Srikanth and also. I think great. I'm very happy. And Aisha, if you don't know what Thomas Cup is, I mean that's fine. We'll still stay together. Because there's Uber Cup. Uber Cup is the female thingy.
Cool.
Yeah.
So that was our last topic for today. But today we are doing something a little bit more fun. We're going to have a game segment where, Cyrus, I'm going to ask you to do something, which is a complete...
Do I take off my clothes?
No, but you can show that t-shirt again if you want.
Yes, I'll do that.
Yes, that's well done. Yeah, nice. All right, go to ivmpodcast.com.
He thinks I'm a Cocker Spaniel. He's patting me and saying, well done. Every time I get up.
Sorry.
Go on.
All right. This one comes... Okay, this is not a question. I was going to start it as a question. Okay, this is basically a game segment.
Let me make you louder, otherwise I won't be able to hear. Now, I don't know if you go off, it's not my fault.
No, we are going to
only on 88. No, I can hear you.
Okay, 100? Okay. Complete the lyrics of this song. Complete this
Done.
song. Okay.
Yeah.
The first one. This is only for Cyrus. So let's see how many of these is he able to get. First one
Sexism.
is. No, not really. But because I know that Kajol and Sara would get these, man.
But then it carries over, okay? When I screw it up, which I will,
Yeah,
it carries
yeah,
over.
exactly.
And the
But-
humiliation must go through
Yeah.
one by one, right?
Correct. But the catch is,
Once it
Cyrus,
was-
if it's.
what was it?
I'm an audience,
this-
okay?
No, in descending order, say I'm supposed to be the worst. Who do we rank as the second worst out of these two? Now, keep in mind, Sara grew up in Delhi,
Okay,
so
let
she's a
Kajol-
Delhiite. She's only
I'm-
Malayali by
okay.
descent. So I would say Kajol second, and
मेरा
yeah,
हिंदी
okay.
बहुत top class है.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Perfect. Well said.
Welcome to the podcast.
All right. Okay. But the catch is, Cyrus, if you get it wrong, right, you have to sing the song with the wrong lyrics. And if you don't know the tune, that is up to you to make up if you can.
Okay.
Okay. So,
Yeah.
all right, let's go. The first one is चांद सितारे फूल और खुशबू वो तो सारे पुराने हैं. What comes after that?
I know this song, but I can't remember the lyrics. I mean, it sounds very familiar.
Yeah. Okay. So then,
चांद सितारे ए विंग बी विंग कितना तंदूरी चिकन है. Okay, now let's pass it on to the second in the order of greatness.
I'm sorry. No,
take a
I
punt,
am
yaar.
not. I don't know.
that was wrong. Cyrus, that was wrong. Yes.
Oh, is Abbas in charge of the buzzer?
Yeah. It's Rishi,
Wow.
but it's
I
very
mean,
funny.
this
that
is
he
such
got
a
one.
rehearsed act, isn't it? I mean,
Yes.
10 minutes after we complete the thing, then the buzzer will go off. And no, that's great. We're with the professionals now. So I'm not the only mediocre performer here. Yeah. The buzzer
Alright.
is as bad.
But do you know
Come
this?
on, Kajol.
Kajol, let's
wing
go.
it.
This one is Kajol.
I've never heard this song.
This one कहो ना प्यारे चांद सितारे फूल और खुशबू ये तो
I've never heard that.
Sara?
I swear I've never heard that.
What?
Silverie.
How does
Never heard that.
कहो ना प्यारे नहीं देखा किसी ने कहो ना
One
प्यारे
sec. Sara, yes or no?
Actually, kahuna. I don't.
Yeah, it's okay. The rest of the song, let me just give you the correct answer is the चांद सितारे फूल और खुशबू ये तो सारे पुराने हैं ताजा ताजा कली खिली है हम उसके दीवाने हैं
Words that shook nations.
Sure, you're not making this up.
Well, I wish I was that good.
They're that
lyricist.
bad, they have to be authentic. Come
Yeah,
on.
correct.
Next.
All right, next one. Cyrus is मैं
We want
नाचू
to
बिन
do what
पायल.
name is, huh? How many are we doing? Yeah.
Let's yeah, we'll do like I have about 5 of these. So let's see how many we can get to.
5. We won't be able to do
Yeah,
5.
but let's see how many we can get to. Yeah, no worries. Just a couple of minutes.
Oh.
The next one is मैं नाचू बिन पायल. ...
You're asking me?
Yeah.
Oh,
मैं
you're
नाचू
asking, that's the song.
मैं नाचू बिन पायल and then what
I
comes
thought
after
you're
that?
telling me without fire to be dancing, and then I'm waiting for you to perform, and nothing's happened. The bloody
Without
buzzer in the background with
Yes,
a boss who's not had coffee for 3 days.
Yeah.
I will now press the buzzer. Dying uncle is on the buzzer. Abhi karo yaar.
All right. Yeah, मैं नाचू बिन पायल.
If Abbas had to land the plane, my God, jeez, man, at his pace.
Cyrus, but do you know this? मैं नाचू बिन
No,
पायल.
I don't. No.
Okay.
मैं
But then you have to sing
नाचूं
it.
बिन पायल और शायद घायल.
It's wrong.
This
All
is
right.
The wild man.
What about okay?
He's sitting
Sara?
on the buzzer.
Sara, do you know this?
You had a lot of confidence. I'm as bad as Cyrus at this.
Kajol must know this. Kajol must know
Kajol's
this.
not getting a chance.
Why would I know मैं नाचू बिन पायल?
Yeah, it's because there's a comedian in the scene called Bhavesh Alani. He had a joke for the longest time. He was doing this.
And
bit.
I'm an expert on Bhavesh
No,
Alani's
but
jokes.
you might have heard this joke. He hosts this a
He's
lot
the
of
guy who was
shows.
dancing
I don't even
without the
talk
fire.
to him. Okay.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay,
Pass.
fine.
Wait, let me
This one
finish
was-
your bloody. This podcast is now like a half podcast. Everything's half. What's
Yeah.
the Bhavesh Pilani story?
Bhavesh Alani had a joke about मैं नाचू बिन पायल घुंघरू टूट गए तो क्या. That's the full song. मैं नाचू बिन पायल घुंघरू टूट गए तो क्या. नाचू no नाचू. Thanks for the sound effect.
Bhavesh's
That's
joke.
correct answer.
Abbas is critiquing the joke. Huh? By the way, that's not us, guys. We're off the hook. We're off the hook. Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah.
This is the worst game.
So I should
This is
specify.
the worst game.
Cyrus, I like that you think it's Abbas on the with the buzzer, but it's actually
Vinay.
Rishi. It's actually Rishi.
But Abbas is giving the hand
too
signals.
slender.
Yeah.
Rishi's too slender. Will he be able to press the buzzer? I'm a little worried about that.
All right.
He's
Okay, now
just
last one.
started.
We'll do one last one. All right. This one, Cyrus, you must know this. You must know this. Yeah. This one is तेरे बिना जिंदगी से कोई.
तेरे बिना जिंदगी से कोई तेरे जिया बाकी नहीं है.
Wait, Cyrus, you know this song though. Tere
Rishi's
bina
doing-
zindagi se koi. You don't know the song?
They all sound vaguely familiar, but I don't drink anymore. You know,
Wow.
they all play that when I'm drinking.
Abbas was sure you would know this. Kajol or Sara?
No.
Shikwa to nahi.
Yes.
Haan, yeah.
Shikwa nahi.
How
Yes.
shameful after all this acting.
I just know this because I like the visualization of the
Yes,
song.
it's a very good song. Beautiful song.
So then you put it on mute. I like Samantha Fox's music without the sound. Or Madonna for that matter.
It's from the 70s, Cyrus. The
Really
song is
good.
from the 70s.
Okay, thanks for dating me and that being your reason, you bastard. That's a real backhand compliment. How dare you? And what about my Delhi friend? You don't
Yeah, I
give me
think
a
that
chance to
explains a
answer.
lot. This is the 70s. No wonder I don't know.
You're off the hook. It's not a cultural issue. It's just age, okay?
Okay, so absolute last one. Because you definitely will know this one. Cyrus. The song is Yaar Bina Chain Kahan Re, Yaar Bina Chain Kahan Re. What comes after that?
But I don't know the lyrics.
Oh, what?
I've heard this song.
Okay, Kajol or Sara?
This is vaguely familiar, but I can't complete it.
Okay, I'll sing it and then you guys can. Okay, Cyrus, but you didn't know it, so first you have to sing the song. Yaar Bina Chain Kahan Re, Yaar Bina Chain Kahan Re.
Yaar bina chain ka re, ting. Yaar bina chain ka re, ting. Yaar bina. It's just one lyric, the whole song.
Oh, it's the
Yaar
same thing
bina
again and again and
chain
again
ka
and again
re.
and again.
Big hit because of that. Everybody picked it up fast. Yeah.
Okay.
I think Rishi's getting aggressive now.
Yeah.
His dopamine is going out of control and he's just jumping around like a rabid animal, hitting that buzzer for no reason. He's walking around Santa Cruz airport with the buzzer for some reason.
Yeah, that's the one. Daft Pankaj has replied in the comments saying, Sona nahi, chandi nahi, yaar to mila, aare pyar kar le.
I think this entire segment is about Silverie pitching his voice.
Yes.
Yeah, it could be.
Yes,
That could be
Kajol.
it.
You are so right. He
But,
planned the whole thing so that he can hear himself sing. This
Yes,
is just for his
it's a good
parents and
voice.
family.
Thanks, guys.
The Takkar
Thank you for
family, please
thinking
enjoy.
I sing well. Yes, thank you.
Info,
Alright, it's
Info
good.
Shot said
I guess
something.
No, I get it.
pitching your
It's
voice.
subtext. I get understand subtext.
Anyway, Info Shot said something, but we missed it. Anyway, Gary Pereira said something, we missed it.
Info shot says, Yaar bina double chin kahan re. What? Okay, I should have
Making
read
fun
that.
of one of us, I wonder.
I guess me.
All right.
Alright. This one comes now AMAs now. Time for AMAs.
Don't you think that if everyone around you is getting smart, you better be smarter? Hey there, I'm the traveling professor Siddharth Deshmukh and I'm back with season 2 of my podcast to make you smarter. Smarter with Sid. What's this season's focus about? Well, it's about 10-minute nuggets that will make you stand out at work. It's time to go from smart to smarter. Tune in every Tuesday and Thursday and become smarter with Sid.
Follow me at Instagram and Twitter on Bored Brocha. I'm so bored, I need your help. I need your love. I need your touch. Okay, just follow me.
Kamal Sethi has asked, with City drawing yesterday, chances on Liverpool clinching the Premier League title? What do you think, Cyrus?
Yeah, well, now one down. FA Cup is in the bag, boys. All good. Sarah, you got some Molu blood, so you must be having some football interest. What happened to you? They left you in Raebareli or what? For 40 years. What's going on?
Sports and me in any way or form. Nothing to do with each other.
Anyway, all I'm saying is my TVs aren't working. 2 have gone. So we have only one TV. So my poor mother has to cut from whatever she's watching when Liverpool's playing. And my son sits there and then he's wearing his shirt and screaming and crying and shouting. The FA Cup final also went down the wire to the final shootout, etc. So let's see what happens. Yeah. Well, I still think Man City should win still. But let's see. Fingers crossed, legs crossed. Other things are already crossed because of age. So we'll see how it goes.
Cool. All right. Kajol?
And the others have no opinion.
Any
I have a panel.
opinions?
I feel like I'm French and they're Japanese or something. There's no point. We just can't communicate. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Kamal Sethi has another question.
Plus, they don't want to
Says-
have children. That scares me. A woman with no maternal instinct. I don't want kids. And they haven't even seen mine, which would make sense then. Yeah. Go on.
All right. Kamal Sethi has another question. It says, did Cyrus watch the Zoya Akhtar's The Archies trailer and what were his thoughts? What were your thoughts, guys?
I had to audition for it.
What?
I told you on the show.
No, what do you play?
Dude, everyone does look very Parsi though.
One second, wait. What was
Which
Cyrus
character?
playing?
Which character?
Ah.
Pop dates.
I like it.
Oh,
I like it. You'd have
no,
made a
yeah,
lovely
nice.
pop tape.
Yeah, but the
It's
guy
great.
was just directing me too much on Zoom, driving me nuts. Try this way, try that way. You get irritated, after some time because I hate it.
You had to audition over Zoom.
Yeah, in the pandemic, everyone
pandemic,
It
auditioned
was
over
about
Sure.
2, 3, 4 months. I don't know how many months back. But we spoke about it I think we spoke about it. Definitely. It's very painful.
So you didn't get it?
I was feeling, No, I didn't get. They didn't even call me back. I don't. They didn't even complete the Zoom call. They just it just sort of disappeared. Said Wi-Fi. It's
We'll be
not a
right back, sir. We'll be
disturbance.
right back. I'll put this
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
a
But
video
then
of
I felt really bad because I was telling the boys in the morning at this thing in the gym, and they all started laughing. But I didn't realize how stupid it sounded that you're auditioning for Pop Taste, because that really ages you. Because it's all about these young teenagers and this
Yeah,
one
that's true.
Pop Date.
That is
Yeah.
true, yeah.
And then I felt
He's
really
one of the
glad
only.
that
He's one of the only like
he's
older
a
men, like a
bald
middle-aged man that you see.
for
in
us
OTs, right?
growing up.
No,
And I know
there's
that
Principal Weatherby, there's Mr. Lodge,
Yeah.
Oh, and there's the teacher also.
Mrs. Grundy,
Yes,
Miss
Mrs.
Grundy.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm wrong. Yeah.
Yeah. So then you're part of that cast, and the Archies, all these young people having a good time, which reflects your life. So it's.
But did you watch the trailer
in a
though?
way it's good.
I watched the trailer.
Sarah, have
No,
you all
I
seen
was
the trailer?
watching. I watched
I
football and
did.
cricket now. Where I
Yeah.
wouldn't be able to watch.
What do you guys
all
think?
this.
I think will it be relatable even?
No, to be honest, I like the trailer. Okay, everyone said like we should make our own
Really?
content in India.
No,
You
that's
know,
fine.
one second. Even Bridgerton is based on a book, and I like
Sure.
Bridgerton. I like the feel of the trailer because they are looking very Archie's kind of, the entire white 70s kind of cast, but they're still looking Indian. I really like the kind of way it's working. It's not looking fake.
I was told it's an Anglo-Indian community for the auditions. I don't know what they're doing. That was the premise is
That
they're
could be
Anglo-Indian in an area. Huh?
That
It's
could
in
be it.
Ooty,
The
yeah.
Anglo-Indian angle could be it. Yeah.
Could be it, but it
Yeah.
all in all,
That's
it
what they told
blended.
us
It
in the
looked very
audition.
good.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
That is the
hence,
first
whatever.
I'm hearing of it. Like all of Twitter was only up and shitting on it.
Because that they hate Bollywood and they hate nepotism, and
Nepotism,
all
all
of that.
that, yeah.
Nepotism
I should be on
everywhere.
Twitter.
And this, it's a movie or a show? It's a
It's a
movie,
movie.
right?
It's a
It's a
movie.
movie, yeah. So this movie is gonna have like some 3 or 4 nepotism kids, like from the industry.
Nepotism kids.
Nepo kids was the other word they go for, no? Nowadays. You heard that term?
Hey,
though? You heard
Silverie,
nepo kids.
Unbiased.
If
Silverie,
your
huh.
son becomes a podcaster, comedian, would that
That's
be
fine.
nepotism?
No,
Nepotism?
मेरे बेटे को तो podcaster ही बनना पड़ेगा.
I
Because
think so.
who else?
Or a famous
Where else is he
lyricist who
gonna
can complete the bloody lyrics
but
of
I'm-
songs. His
like,
father
it's-
at cocktail parties insists on singing to bore us all to death. Yeah.
No, I was just saying why they're getting hate on this is because of the industry kids that are in the movie. That's why they're getting a lot of the hate.
Yeah, but I mean,
This is
it
Shah
didn't
Rukh Khan's
work
daughter in
for
this,
them.
Suhana Khan is in
Suhana's
this.
there.
then
Then
who else?
Nanda's.
Yeah, Navinanda's son is there. Brother,
one and a half.
Savinanda's brother. Sorry.
1.5. So what's the nepotism?
No. Oh, okay, huh. Sorry, what?
Amitabh's
It's
grandson,
not like
basically.
Suhana. If
Abhimanyu
Suhana was
Nanda?
opening for
Yeah.
Kolkata Knight Riders, that's nepotism.
But like, I'm
You know,
forgetting all their
that's
names because they're not established stars yet.
Okay,
But
then
yes.
Janvi Kapoor's sister, Khushi Kapoor
Yes,
is
Kushi
there.
Kapoor
So,
is there. Is
They
that-
really work in
Yes.
the fact that they weren't established stars. If you see the poster, they actually blew up only the surnames and not their names, which is ridiculous
Oh,
that's
yeah,
But
that's
Abbas has just
subliminal
pointed out,
shit.
I want to just get back to this point. Abbas says, I got Silverie the job, so that's nepotism already. Then he tries to bring it back to laugh out loud, but I feel the angst there.
Yeah.
Because, you know,
But
because now
Abbas is not my
reports to
father.
Silverie. Well, Abbas reports to Silverie, and so it's very painful, the journey of
Correct.
getting him. And Abbas disappeared 2 years in a
Sorry,
cave. to
Dad.
find himself. Yeah.
All right. So
I was calling the Archies. Growing up, Archies was one of my favorite groups, you know. Sugar na 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 na. Complete the lyrics. Honey, honey, la 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 la. You are my candy girl. Come on, come on.
You are my
Hey, koi jawab
candy
beta?
girl.
Hey, koi jawab? Fucking put that bloody
Honey,
file up,
honey,
you know what,
honey.
yeah. Bloody
You're a
friggin' naach
sugar,
ke do something
sugar,
type of
sugar.
bloody- Too late. You
are
lost.
my candy bar.
Yeah,
Okay, I don't know
that's
that
not
part
the
of the
tune.
song.
Na 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 na. That's the tune. This is the podcast? This is what we're down to?
Oh, okay.
We had
I
the
guess.
Archies performing in the 60s.
All right, next one comes in from Mrin Moe, who says, been watching Cyrus's Dhalak Diklaja episodes on Mini Mathur's
Jhalak.
YouTube channel.
Oh.
Jhalak Diklaja, yes. Jhalak
It's called
Diklaja.
Jalak. What's happened to everybody now?
Dhalak.
You said Dhalak and I scared the crap out
What's
of me.
wrong with my tongue today, man? This is-
I don't
Okay.
know. It's Abbas.
Been-
Abbas is putting pressure.
Yeah, that's it.
Rishi,
correct. Yeah, let's
ask
blame it
Rishi
on
where the
Abbas.
buzzer is. Even we do a mess up, he has to buzz.
Yeah, I would have buzzed. Yeah, that's very funny. Mrin Moy says, been watching Cyrus's Jhalak Diklaja episodes on Mini Mathur's YouTube channel. Could you share some gossip from behind the scenes of the show, Cyrus?
So, you know, Rohit Roy and Mona were the anchors. It was great fun because it became very serious the moment the cameras started. But it was a really funny show, you know, because ultimately everybody's taking what is ridiculously stupid dancing seriously. And you've got to keep a straight face while doing that because everybody's like trying to get emotional. And that's the part which I just don't get, you know, you're in another dimension. But I had a good friend called Mika, and Mika and I would ogle at the girls. And so we would be in the danger zone together, and I can't use the language that he used, but it was horrible. And we would just look at the women in the audience. We make comments like school kids, and Rohit would be like, "Ab खतरों की खिलाड़ी आपके सामने पेश करते हैं situation number one." And then explain how bad the situation is for you, etc., etc. And you're supposed to be really upset, and they close up on your face and all. So they keep cutting and telling us to, show more emotion. That was one of the fun parts of the show. I can't remember any gossip. It was all fun to do. Uh, I'm old now. A lot of dancing, horrible rehearsing, but lots of young girls, good times.
Yeah, but how is Khatro Ke Khiladi and dancing together?
No, he would use a phrase
Acha.
that you're now dangerous children and all that. I remember. Because the thing was on the teleprompters, you could read the lines that they would be telling you. In that spontaneous moment where they're warning you about your situation. Everyone can read. We all can read the lines. So we can even correct him if he makes a mistake. There's a lot of pressure on the anchor.
Sorry.
Yeah. Television is such a farce, bro. It's such a farce. Especially when the judge is giving you the judging and they say, okay, repeat, technical issue. Now you're going to repeat the judging. So that one spontaneous moment is that when they say, oh, absos, that last step was horrible or whatever. And now cut. Now, he said that, So you have to again show the same lack of, oh shit, he's upset or whatever. And then it all becomes, because everybody's like giggling like school children in the back while the acting starts in take two. Yeah, fun. May you all suffer reality television, proper reality television. May you all be on these shows just for the money to feed your
Yeah, I've
children.
done that.
Children that you don't want, women that you don't even want. Sing a song for us now, Mr. Silverie. Sing a song and I'll dance myself.
झलक दिखला जा झलक दिखला जा. All right, next one comes from Pradeep Pillai. He says, how ingenious is it of Kim Jong-un, who prefers to carry his own portable toilet around wherever he travels, fearing that the CIA don't steal his feces sample to determine what diseases he has.
It's top of the list for the CIA. When you go to the school there, the Quantico, whatever, when they learn their stuff, it's like, get me poop. Poop of Kim Jong-un is like a big deal. That's how you really pass the test. But
Do
you
you think Kim Jong-un sometimes asks like a bodyguard of his to poop in the toilet just to see if the CIA will come and collect it and what the findings they are able to find from that, just
and if he's unable to poop, does he get shot immediately with a ballistic coastal missile?
I can't poop under pressure.
Yeah. He likes to fire those big missiles. But the funny thing is, I love about this guy is he's detached from the world in such a way that every week we read about, so many dead in Ukraine, something happened in Afghanistan, some riots in India, and pandemic all over the place, resurfacing. And then his story is always test fired a nuclear ballistic missile. That's all. The rest of the world keeps just doing their thing. And he says, I got myself a new weapon today. Let's try. It's like that. What a guy. He's my hero in some ways. Plus, I would think that a portable toilet makes sense because these toilets are not, each one's glutes are different. You don't all fit correctly on, custom. You need a custom-made toilet culture, I would think. Wouldn't you all like to have your own size toilet? I mean, really deep down. So many times you get pinched or you don't fit or you're
But just get the broader one, no? Just like always have the broader, bigger toilet. That's it. It's always more comfortable. Without a doubt.
So your toilet is bigger than your house?
No, I mean, not that big. I mean, it's still like a throne, but you like...
You got a swimming pool for a toilet. All family members in the toilet at the moment doing the thing.
This is just
I'll lap you, mom, on my way to potty. Sorry, ladies. They send it to that.
I think I'd rather hear Antariksh sing.
Okay.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, let's go.
The lyrics took us down the path of, there's no coming back from that. Abyss.
Aditya,
should we take one last one? It's
Yes,
way
one last
past
one.
7, huh? People are already saying shut the show and all that. I mean, they were saying for the sake of it.
Aditya
That is the only
Sharda.
show. The moment we start, they say stop. It's amazing. Even our own Rishi, our technical head, he hits the buzzer at 6 to stop the show. Yeah. There you go. On cue.
Rishi. Aditya Sharda says, a guy was challaned for not having a PUC while driving in his MG EV. When he tried to logic with the cop said it's mandatory to have PUC for all cars. What would you do in such a situation?
What you should do is get the cop to stand just in front of the front tire and run over his foot. I think that would be the most sensible option. I did that to my wife by mistake once and didn't speak to me for 3 days.
Oh, what? You drove over Aisha's feet?
Driver, it's an honest mistake. Like, I'm a kind of guy who always starts with people still shutting doors. It will take too long. No, I don't feel I'm Indian, everything's too slow. Everything's slow. They shut doors, they get in there on the phone. I have people falling out of the car all the time, including my elderly parents and things like that. I'm not even talking about
So you drove over foot?
I don't. It took so long to get in the car. One foot was out. It was under the wheel or tire, and it just went over it. Or the back tire went over it. But she, screamed, and then everybody looked at me like I did something really bad. But why couldn't you be a little faster? I mean, look at it from both perspectives. A little faster.
Once in school, right? Once in Green Lawn School in British Candy, we used to have this. So a lot of traffic used to form outside the school. This is how schools are, right?
It's a terrible.
So we used to be part of the team, like whatever, to direct the traffic and direct. Okay, keep moving. Tell people to keep moving and all that, right? And I once saw a friend of mine. I won't name him because poor guy. He got steps out of his car.
What's his name?
I can't because he listens to the show and whatever. I said now he knows. No, it's not you.
So what you're saying is we have 10 listeners, and now we'll have 9.
Yeah.
Okay, go
on. All right.
Yeah.
So he steps out of his car, and so his dad is, after dropping him to the school, is driving away. And while driving away, I see him go over a lady's foot. Okay, and I complained to my class teacher. Okay, that's what this guy's father did. Look at him. How can he just do this? And I'm like, it hides. I'm like, why did I do that? There's no need to complain. It's obviously like he did it on purpose. But yes,
that's you're continuing the good work by doing this bloody podcast. What's wrong with you? You're doing everything wrong for society at the moment. So did the teacher take action against the father?
She already and now So she already hated the student. So I think I was like doubling down on her hate, where I was like giving her more fuel. She really did. She really disliked the student. She did, yeah.
But look, if he's running over his own wife's foot, I mean, that's
it wasn't. It wasn't. It was a lady on the road.
Cyrus, you're trying to justify this, but not all men run over their wives' foot.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, that's not like the done thing in marriage.
Met my wife. No, I am the victim. I am the victim. Yes. Whatever I tell you is all coming out wrong, but I am the victim. I walk around with my head down like that. You have no idea. Life is very hard here. It's not what you think at all. And so once in a while, let me have my small victories. And it was unintentional. And it's always because it takes so long. People shouldn't take so long. Oh, God. Slow driving causes more traffic deaths than fast driving. You see people on the road slow. Why are they on the road? They shouldn't be allowed on the road because they're too slow. If you're so slow, just stay at home.
I just say, I don't think that's true. Slow driving does not cause more accidents than fast driving.
You can check the statistics.
That can't be true.
Slow driving drives people nuts. You kill the person. Or you kill yourself sometimes. You can't take it and just bang into a wall. There's a guy so slow. Have you ever been on a road with a car? Head is it's an empty road, but they're like, mere life mein kuch nahi hai. I'll just go at this pace. I can't bear it. Someone has to stop that. That's why I say coffee for Indians. 7 times a day.
Okay, but
everyone has someone to check.
Vinay's coffee.
Are you Indian?
Okay?
Coffee.
Just like not Vinay's coffee. He's made me this dreadful chilled coffee. Okay.
And can I tell you a trick about Vinay's coffee, Kajol? You don't know this. He doesn't use a spoon. He uses his tongue to stir. Okay, and then he gives it. He claims that really makes it special.
Yeah.
Because it's the Vinay touch. Yeah. I think it's a little extra. Yeah. Sleazy people in this studio.
Hit the buzzer.
What are you doing? You're playing with Abbas? You guys want to go outside? Why don't you get a room? What's going on? Should we take one more?
So we can if you want. Okay. But I think we're done, yeah?
Don't want to? You want out?
No. So we can do this one. This one comes in from Bagaichi, who says, how do you decide the show time? 10 a.m. or 6 p.m.? Cyrus, you can explain this. Go ahead. Or should I do it?
Don't put it on me, bro. Because you guys also change it. I was going to a doctor on Mondays. That's why it happened. To check the blood sugar level thing. And the doctors are available in the evening.
Sure. So how we do this is twice a week. This is Mondays and Thursdays. This is only talking about the live streaming.
No, Thursday we did because of the studio shoot that we have. And
yes, correct. So we needed one evening slot anyway on Thursday because we wanted to avoid... Cyrus's in-studio thing, because there's a lot of hassle and all that goes around. So we thought evening would be a better time for Thursdays. And then we thought, okay, let's do 2 days in the evening instead of just 1 day in the evening. So we'll have multiple audiences showing up for for different time slots. But turns out we have the same audiences showing up on both time slots. Just thank you guys.
And look at the arrogance.
But also tell your friends about us. What are you doing? So also that.
Multiple audiences. Yeah. What does that means? Sara wants to put us down.
While you're telling your friends about that, Press Decode is also going
Press
live,
Decode
guys.
also tell people about it. So that's how we decided 6 p.m.
You're calling me
and the 10 a.m. time slot is...
But you're jumping on our coattails.
The morning time.
Our hard work. And now Press Decode will get all the followers because they realize it's a better show. Any show will get followers from us if they just tune into that show.
Yeah,
Okay, I think Silverie
so
is
that
collapsing.
that explains the 6 p.m. time slot. The 10 a.m. time slot is the morning time slot that we went with from the beginning of since we started live streaming. And we
Since
stuck to
Moses came up with the
Yes.
first thing about edict about what should be done
Yes.
with people in a
Yeah.
group going from a land to another land. Yeah, fair enough. But as we say bye, doesn't Kajol want to tell us about Gujarat and the tour that's
Yes,
coming
please. Yes, please.
Oh.
20th May, Ahmedabad. 21st May, Vadodara. 22nd May, Surat. 8 p.m. at different venues. The tickets are on Book My Show. Lol Rakshak Live.
up? And if we want a private show, how much, like what dates are available?
What sort of show are you talking about, Cyrus?
Do I look capable? Not like that. I just want you to do stand-up comedy and an old man will laugh. And just maybe do Hindi
Oh God,
lyrics.
here
That's it.
we are
And
again
okay.
talking about 50 years as old. Okay, anyway. Cyrus, I'll do the show whenever you want. Just you, not Kunal. Okay.
Yeah.
Not Kunal.
Nice. What a nice parting touch. In your face, Vijayakar. In your face. I should have been single. Damn it. Bye, Sara, Kajol, bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay, don't forget to download the Jupiter Money app on the Apple Store or the Google Play Store. And remember, I don't do coke, I do taxi. Okay. I think Sarah's never coming back on this show. She's changing the laptop, I think. She's just cleansing herself.
No, she answered.
As we say in Uttarakhand, adios.
It was
Thank
fun.
you.
Adios.
Bye-bye.
Okay, catch us on any of the podcasting apps, please. We beg you, we need you. Send us your questions on Twitter, on Cyrus Says In. Or you can email us, even if you're not female, on whatcyrussays@gmail.com.
There's a quick survey to fill out on ivmpodcast.com/survey. It lets us know a little bit more about who's listening to us. And you know what? We're going to do a few prizes. So, we'll do a random drawing of maybe 10 people and we'll send you all some swag. Remember, that's ivmpodcast.com/survey where you can fill out the survey.
Ladies, I'm sure you will relate to it if I say that we are constantly busy with work, studies, cooking, and what not. And amidst all of this, we often forget an important element that needs our desperate attention: finance. So here we are, bringing to you SBI Life Presents A Sip of Finance, a women-exclusive podcast where we will teach you how to manage personal finances in a simple and straightforward way with your host, Priyanka Acharya, a finance expert who's been in the industry for 14 plus years. And not just in English, but in 7 more languages. So tune in every Tuesday for fresh episodes on the IVM Podcast Network and all major podcast streaming platforms.